Now what to say?
I don't just say,
Papa, I know Papa, me no team free what you. In there, yes, Senegal for Aquatua my youth. Now, where you say, yes, yen Musa was here to Abama youth to be so Maramedu or my anymore. Won't soon sure. Now then, woman, your constitution, age limit for so better me Gina as president, a quarter 40.
I'm in China, I'm here for.
For Joseph.
I got some and I said, yeah, can't go and come on. But I'll combine the two for you. Now, for your information, Usman Soronko is a very, 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 very good person that I know. That boy become a president from jail. Oh, jail.
Jail, no, Ababe, president,
Oh, they jailed him. They jailed him over crime he doesn't even remember. Macky Sall claimed, say, all 22 years old rape girl, which he doesn't even remember who the girl was. Okay, fast forward. One was about some recent times, Senegal Ebinya demonstrations back to back. It was as a result of Usman Soronko. Senegal, West African nation, also independence in the 60s. It's the only West African country on for a weapon and a coup d'etat. Now, from all the Senegal time up to Abdou Diouf, and then leading to Abdou Wada, Senegal has had a kind of certain level of consistency with their governance and then transfer of power. Now, religious settings, your Alpha and your Tuba, these are all religious laws. You can call it, say, a national imam, and a colleague, also imam. Bako represented for the Alphas, and the ones represent for the from the Tubas. In the Ghana and Kabaka Sebia, the Ahmadian overlord and the Mohammedan overlord. These two people, they have kept Senegal what it is. I could be see that because the Senegalese, let me use the example of the Otum for that kind of reign, that kind of kingdom. When they speak to the Senegalese, they go to bed. Now, Abdul Wad, an older man, our president in his already late 70s, is the best overall history of Senegal's development. And Niama was set in 10 years, 2 terms, Abdul Wad coming into power, now on Abdou Diouf, Ababaye, that the 10 years, after 10 years, I year more. But then when Abdul Wad was asking for more, almost there be, regardless of the way in 10 years or so, now, this today's president of Senegal, Macky Sall, Neba, that is the political son of Abdou Wad and Macky Sall. In Senegal history, Obiasa Neba, and biological son, and politically trained, which Ghana hasn't got that. Your president, maybe.
Successes.
No, they don't train. Ghana doesn't train because a different topic that we have to deal with it. Your politics in your fair. And training Macky Sall, who was then a mayor. Again, the Ambassador Songo, who is also a personal friend, the secretary, a Ghanaian. And now, or then by Macky Sall said, "Nepa panabre on trans in the 3 terms, the whole Senegal, both the Alpha and Tuba, they wanted Abdou Wad to continue because not energy or and what the power the party and the banner fire Macky Sall, the political son and the winning power, new year. The biggest demonstration ever in the history of Senegal happened under Macky Sall. What did he do? Abdou Wad called Omora, Saudi Arabia. Albano Macky Sall said, "Oh my papa day and landed." Because the popularity was still overweighing his government. And naturally, that was what it was. For 4 hours in the air of Senegal, nearly brought the country down because Macky Sall said, "Oh, my papa ni plains, on Sanko back." And Senegal
papa dear here.
The papa no Abdou Wad no.
The
ordinary form and easy form. Because nipa ko go airport and sell a man the presidential shine no echo and a demonstration and a Tuba no catch and instead any action be take place I was Senegal they hold it holding responsible and a papa no be see form obesi form no ne ba Karim Wad wama Karim Wad watch no and need 2 years and ma Karim Wad Qatar and Saudi Arabia and the pressure because they were the countries that no move feed Senegal with money not the France as an administrative, and the woman Ebeje Karim Wad. Karim Wad was supposed to be his father's party. Macky Sall, I'm a boy now as 8 years. Now, then there was a rise of Ousmane Sonko. This boy is like, call it cheddar of Ghana. Now, Sonko started activism. No, he started preaching against what Macky Sall was doing, and precisely, no, he was blasting Macky Sall. Said he's been ungrateful. That was where he started his political ideologies, and he said, Macky Sall, the old papa no ababeye amount, Edward president, who no report the efforts need the sources of his political struggle. No, who rather no. Oh, yeah, they open so yeah, the Papa Nugun and Master, the presidential and Nyama, the privileges in a non farmer. When I started the activism of the Ousmane Sonko and the youth, and I'm not talking about the youth, which is not existing in Ghana. Who youth? There's nobody who is a youth in Ghana here, and I'm asking you a free part. Youth be here.
Youth,
I'm a matured adults. Youth be here. Because if we talk about youth activism and youth taking power, youth moving into governance now. Senegal has shown today the activists of Senegal, Ousmane Sonko ideology. Say the youth are empowered and they believe in him. Only internet campaign. It hasn't happened in the history of anywhere. Ghana and youth now can, including you, come to the internet so they are writing, excuse me, my beautiful word. Bullshit. This boy was beaten, drawn on the floor. Not even about 6 months ago. What the form of military be jandam for or castrated or incarcerated when you fee. Any man 2 year sentence could you need an to jail or the jail. Macky Sall the term asun. But then the tuba spoke. Now the alpha spoke. And then first April comes to the end of Macky Sall's regime. And the next election year 3 months ago, and we created state of emergency, or created state of inconsistency. Your friend saying fear, and we had to postpone here. When saw my election back 2 months ago, or created atmosphere or no Macky Sall at the 172 parties were created in Senegal. 172 people contested presidential candidates about 2 months ago. We are on one set scheme. And the pronoun down, and or the about 70, or the pronoun down about 40. All this while no. What them the deputy and the vice president, also them the party, activists, the jail as we speak. Everybody. But then the Senegal youth spoke. When they were burning the city, burning everywhere, and Alpha told them, say, Macky Sall should return power. Now I'm coming to the ECOWAS, useless organization. ECOWAS, Ernest Koroma, HTG coup, just about in October against Bassirou. Nana do Danko Akufo-Addo, I need to say Macky Sall. Woman call Bassirou say, Onja Ernest Koroma non fanu koma Buhari non kontra Nigeria. I was one of the persons who said that will not work. Why you could edit two or no any power best source your terms no he's facing jail sentence. Macky Sall at the same time now it was not different from Alpha Condé. It wasn't different from your friend is saying your friend Cote d'Ivoire president Alassane Ouattara, because Macky Sall Alassane Ouattara Nana do Danko Akufo-Addo. Okay, Buhari he is also a leader of the West African belt. And to no yes, I expected say ECOWAS will speak. No ECOWAS single statement had ever come out. No African Union statement had ever come out. That more treatment. It is Bobby Young in Uganda. More treatment. We say jail. Ya bune pre-plan with you be wasem. How in the history? And also, say, they will vote him even whilst in jail. So if today, and you're in a free jail, but we are yet to know. Marking Ousmane Sonko is in jail. Jailed by Macky Sall. Then the youth has not spoken because every country in West Africa, except the North African countries, population between 18 years and 36 is more than 56 to 40%. Ghana not
more than 56%. Then in the context of Ghana, no, Yakotro constitution, I say. Ghana no muni youth wa. But it's a sad situation that we need to look at it. So I want your comment on it.
What do you meaning say politicians? Excuse me, those who are criminals, MPs who are criminals, ministers who are criminals, a youth may do machi. During the election campaign, I mean, who walking stick, ADD politician, campaign. All these atrocities, politicians here no kruma. All these intimidations, all this stealing, who trained them? In so-called landers, vigilante, vigilante, no, no, so 60 years womb. One or even 56 years womb. This is the youth in their 20s, Legon students, tech students, polytechnic students, your friends, media men, FIFA, Captain Smart and Co. All of them. When politicians, how have the Ghanaian youth advocated for a change in this country? Me, I'm an adult. I don't even come in there. But if we're talking about youth activism, the president, the prime minister of the Republic of New Zealand, how old is Jacinta? 38 years. San Marino president, he was 32 years. Macron, how many years did he come to? 37, the president of France, the third biggest superpower in the world. Why a 37-year-old? What are we talking about, Ghanaian youth? I'm sorry, and youth. Is
it not a deliberate attempt to say you best say even the mind of the youth? And when I say this, in the past, around 79 year there, now we had the student front wa say Legon, KNUS near there. Now we had the student front and very hot. Looks SRC yekaso mo agitation and by the infiltration of test conite near there deliberately with blocking the student front and committing merely some of these conversations. Is it not a deliberate attempt?
Deliberate attempt by who? Are we saying that our youth are so stupid that they could be infiltrated by the camp? It could
be. Maybe I see a kind of idea.
Therefore, no, they are not youth because Obi a TESCOM person member or Telecom and now was or to UPSC or only 21 years. How do you align yourself to a political party at the same time? No, who school now? So we are a certificate. You went to school. You didn't went for education. No Ghanaian youth have been educated. I stand to be corrected, but no Ghanaian youth have been educated as far as our current university and then our tertiary school is concerned. Because now let's come back to the question. Those that Professor Mills introduced into the government, those that Nana Danko has introduced into the governance, President Kufu understanding because at that time, not coming from 19-year regime of Rawlings and the old class, it wants to know here a certain stability and for you to be anchored the government, not even anybody under 40 years. But President Mills be introduced here. Diomaye president also be introduced here. Nana Dankwa also about the Faye, youth in their 40s and etc. I'm asking a plain question. How have they impacted anything in parliament? And these youth are sitting in parliament. If you call them of youth, not the age of under 36, even under age of 40, call the youth from bracket of 50 down. How have they spoken for the youth in Ghana? How have they spoken against that? Because they are adults that go in, they aspire for money. And youth never be the more. Because I'm here to see, and they are here to clarify, and the Ghanaian youth are to ask themselves, you've not worked in this country before. You never received a salary of even 100 Ghana cedis before. Some were sitting in their father's shop. Some were sitting in their friend's shop at Abusokai. These people comes into government and they today, they own the biggest mansions in the Ghana. Or in the good names, Obina Richano, Otifiana no Nyajumano, Anom Ticho Dokono, Obiako. And then I'm asking, how many of them, sadly, are to the area, Dansoman, Odoko, Agege, Kwashima, Kwashibu, Olebu, and you sure Nanom Tite. When you are in the area, sadly, go and see where Ismail Soronko was living in Casamance. See how they struggled before they could pull him. It took a whole Senegal army because the youth living were free in the base. When you saw a popular to Akwa Trasaku, and you saw a popular to Akwa East Legon, and you saw a popular to Akwa a year friend design. He live in the downtown.
What is the way forward? Our hub. Way forward here, dear. Youth need you, Yanya, dear.
When you use anything, I'm more demonstration. And no Bakuna Moto, and to my Baku, Yanyabre, Ghana, any police in the Ocean, no. A bush to be here. Yanyabre, and I am cry. Minimum beer. And when the youth even activate a procession, sir. Police, water cannon, Ghana police, or the water cannon, shaming. Cold water to be animal. Cold water will be animal. Nobody proposes among near violence. But we should see the youth activism. Recently, when each other introduces or persuades networking also. Now question the activeness of the youth. Any nonsense or church. Me, I'm not pro any. I don't believe in any party. But when somebody is coming, somebody is saying things, please, Ghanaian youth, you can even say yes or no, and that's a Chawajin, mon support too. But if you will not do that, now we'll try very bitter stuff. Or make sure baby on Yansika, when you and Papa, they won't baby on Yansika. Who does that? Which country does that? The way forward is you.
What can the way forward is you? Me ba media more 7 years mune yewe na aja me no ayiwo man no dama kuma so na yesha ase na yesi activism na na b na c make us say ye ko demonstration ye bu wa na me na majonku etu enso na
mu gane
da bi dia me kire yi ni say wo pepa say wo be ye bibia bo a wo be hunu na NDC no manfo no aba na tinchen
na your youth.
But then again if the people you are fighting for do not even understand what you are doing for them, what motivates you to continue?
Therefore, I'm telling you, sir, they don't see themselves as youth, so you don't need to fight for anybody. Fight for yourself. That's what I'm trying to tell you, sir. There's no way forward. There's no future for any Ghana. Nobody. We should stop this kind of political ideology and slogan of Ghanaian Uganda. Who told you there's a youth in Ghana here? Youth be anyhow.
Constitution. Our habwe constitution. Yanyan said yet here.
Well, my friend, man, more be changing because he knew be our prepared. Nobody should dare try because when you be prepared, you to find a time radio so edgy communication bill. So we'll be in once you say or your party be communicator. Party communicator, what is that for Krebi Kasa also that? MPP communicator Kokrabe in the womb. And this communicator Kokrabe no.
It is just you to know near Buam a young penifway, and Ma Wamuria Esika. Now, yes, Yansu Yepe be the same playbook on one year.
Because who be already say Siana, you to me fra. And I pay Madame Ira, Asampana MP, one in town, Mr. Juan, no abonnement, why are there, what Bergman? Corner any penalty reduce, Yato phone, any credit, a card, the Yamano, Yato top up Yamano, 1,000, no, I can say we are Kokojinska, for any time beam. Go and look where he's living. Who we are university in Waka or Swahili from Yakobera, who we are university, no other time out on Yama, who we are university, now you have fried rice. Fried rice will come as one year trouble, so many graduates for tech. One who said the Panutim Koya party be a spokesperson, a communicator, and you call yourself a youth. You are not a youth, you are an adult, frustrated adult. Frustrated. I will use the word but frustrated adult is a Ghanaian youth. My depressed. Ghanaian youth are depressed.
Our hub we know.
Because Senegal say, might vote to be 44-year-old boy. Our jail, I'm another president, and he's going to lead the country in the start. Shadomaya Bobby Young, I was in the Uganda. That boy, the youth has never forsaken him. They have never forsaken him. The youth stand by. A lot of them go to jail with him. Bobby Young, your friends, Usman Soro.
Bobby why? Is that why we nipa okra na connected na mamie ye kan na when woka wo said ye winning politics here over the other na wo orienting youth no na won titi bie se be ya wo kire bi uni wakra no a energy no a wo de aso mo so ni betimi move omo amoma ye de hia maybe
free consultation. I've told you before, I'm not into politics, but I'm ever prepared to let people understand politics, to let people understand diplomacy, to let people understand international affairs, to let people understand world politics. When you have this background and you make comparison, it will therefore help you to know, say, this is the way. Look, Gabon, Miami president, Odimba, I think Ghana foreign minister Bu Kroma or Timmy voice with him. Menenim ye na koye madam for personal friend Odimba ni tu no. Military leader no tu no. Go and see the appointments. To the sense, boy, Obama fear better had Gislaine, a young man under the age of 39. He is the representative now on the Echo United Nations to represent Gabon. This is what the country is talking about. This is what the country is talking about. Gislaine, Michelle Offler, Messando Menen, 9 years. 39 years on Echo United Nations. Will it happen in Ghana? No. Because the youth have not, the youth, on position in Huye and on position in Huye. So we are prepared, say, also show a kind of aggression, and as a kind of say or perceive country no move on. Niam changing Niama. The youth are suffering. They are suffering in this country. Look at the Ghanaian youth. Call it the girls. Ghana ni girl, but country bring and they all graduates. We so biaso a hookup activists. Or bia merchandise or merchandise hookup, which is prostitution legal way. Is that a country that we're building and we call youth? There's no way forward. No Ghanaian youth has anything. Obianya prepared because we were true for our constituency. Say answer we youth who stand obe vote against you. Akokrana be standing obe beat you by greater margin. What is it for? And 2020 Ghana citizens. How do you call them youth? How do you call them youth? If you want to change the front of the face of this politics of the Ghana, you to be a Robert campaign against any of these criminals. It is only to campaign against any of the criminals. Monko standing independent across the nation. Now you to the old majority. Alena Monko to Mama, you tell me who power. Now it is studios now because you change the constitution. Who should change the constitution? Constitution is changed legally, constitutionally, naturally, supernaturally by parliament. Who is the youth in parliament to vote? Monko independent, I'm called parliament. Besides that, nobody can change any constitution. The other one has status quo and one they benefiting Gokra for.